Rise and Shine Rwanda, it's Wednesday the 17th of June.
Coming up on today's Rise and Shine Rwanda. We celebrate the Day of the African Child by meeting an inspiring young lady.
2 down, 2 to go for Espoir Basketball Club.
And a profile of a young artist that rose up against all odds. Good morning, it's just after 7 o'clock in the morning and you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Makeda Mahario.
And me, Regis Isheja, and over the next hour, we'll bring you all the latest news, sports, and business headlines from here in Rwanda and around the world. And the Rise and Shine team are here in studio. What's going on in the world of the money?
Well, in the money, we get to talk about new strategies that are going to be implemented to improve tea quality in Rwanda. And of course, could office rates soon go down? We're going to find out in business today.
Fantastic. Well, all that and more is still to come, but first, Rise and Shine, story of the day.
As we celebrated the Day of the African Child yesterday, we met a young lady with a clear vision on what the future should look like. Even after enduring a lot, with a past that could break even the strongest, this African child has gone on to do amazing and inspiring things to help others. Take a look. Meet her and you'll come out of it blown away. She's full of life and as optimistic as they come. Peace Grace Muhizi. This fall, she'll attend the Agnes Scott College in Georgia, where she'll pursue an international relations major. But it wasn't always this smooth a path for Peace. Actually, it was a time when her life was a total chaos.
I was raised by my auntie, whom I really appreciate a lot and love so much because she really sacrificed herself for me to be who I am today. My parents passed away when they were killed during the genocide against Tutsi. I was only 3 months old, which was really hard for a child like that to grow up. So many people just rejected me. They thought that I couldn't grow up, and they thought that I didn't have that chance to, to have a life. But that wasn't easy, of course. Sometimes I could feel sick because, losing food and feeling that loneliness at home.
Raised by her aunts, she somehow found a way and joined the Agahozo Shalom Youth Village, a home for orphans and children from underprivileged families.
I've got a chance to go to Agahozo Shalom Youth Village, which is a school where they take in orphans, vulnerable children, and change their lives, give them a rhythm of life. During my time in Agahozo Shalom, I learned a lot of things, not only healing myself, but healing other people, telling them that they can have a nice life if they want to.
Today, and against all odds, Peace is not only a shining example of our youth, she has also become an advocate for the deprived.
During my time in the village, we had this chance to serve the community. And what I was doing, I'm still passionate about education, but I'm also passionate about women's rights, which is something I'm really in. We were doing this community service, which we call Tikkun Olam, which means healing the hearts of others, healing the world. I used to teach children at the primary school, and that's grew my passion to think that I can also help and heal the world, change the world through something small I have. I'm going to college, a very nice college, right, in US, and I'm pretty sure that much is really expected from me, which means that I have to come back, use all the knowledge I will get, and help some other people out there get what they want to be also.
What a young lady. Regis Isheja, Rise and Shine Rwanda. And joining us in studio now is Peace Grace Muhizi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
I was looking forward to this. All right, so you're going to the States in September,
Yeah.
in August or September?
July, probably.
In July, but
Yeah.
you're studying in August or September.
Yeah.
Now, what you'll be doing there is actually following your studies, but let's first start by talking about what you've been able to do here. You went to Agahozo Shalom
Yeah.
village. You've been helping not only you yourself, but helping others too find the means to actually go to school, those from underprivileged families. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I went to Agahozo Shalom Youth Village, as you just said, and this is a village that really teach you to change the world, to be this person who can make a very great impact in the community that you're just in. Through that, I was trying to serve the community, teaching at primary schools, students getting to know English, which is what Rwanda needs now. We are moving on, and we want students to be smart, and they have to speak this language we are using in East Africa.
Right.
That was my motivation to help the youth and young people to grow up. But what I do now, there is this group called Female Solidarity Legacy that I and my friends in the village formed. It's a group of young girls that are really willing to raise up other young women and help them to be confident and understand that they can really help themselves in the future.
Now, the place of the woman in the society, that's something that's really important and dear to your heart. Now, talk a little bit about where that comes from, because you lost your parents at a very young age. You were 3 months old. Your aunt took care of you from there on. You said she went as far as begging people on the streets so that you will have something. She was thinking about you first at all times. Does that come from that needs to empower the woman, to make sure the woman is taken good care of?
Well, somehow, but not really. I grew up in this part of Gisenyi where when I was in primary school, I'm telling you the truth, I was like, when I was 10 to 12 years old, some of my classmates would just drop out of class because they were pregnant, because they didn't get someone to pay for them to go to school.
Right.
And that's really made me feel passionate about growing up and help women to go to school, help women to understand that they don't have to sell themselves, but they don't really have to go ahead and be prostitute or do things that they don't have to do to survive, but they can use their own talents and passions to help themselves in the future. So that was my motivation, and also my auntie was my motivation for old women who couldn't help themselves but go to beg on the road just because they don't have a job or people to take care of themselves. Why not have us young people to help?
Now, international relations is what you're trying to major in.
Yeah.
You'll tell us a little bit why, and then also you have a certain talent for music, and you've been using that to actually get the means to help those who cannot afford school tuition to actually pay for them. Talk a little bit about you pursuing your studies in international relations and also your talent in music.
Well, I really love music, but I take music as my hobby, something I do for fun, something I do to make people happy. But I'm really going for international relations because I really want to be someone special in this country, someone who can take the wheel from our old mothers and fathers, that really changed this country to where it is now. Why not me coming back and help, Louise Mushikiwa or do something great in the country? That's why I'm really going for international relations. I'm looking forward to becoming this diplomat who can help Rwanda empower its relationship with other countries. And music comes in as something I do for fun, as I said, but at my time in the village, I used to do music to help in the fundraising events, and luckily I was really given this opportunity to go and represent my fellow ones in the village in the fundraising event in New York twice, which is something that I call an achievement.
That's right. We have the pictures here. We've played them during the report and also now that you're talking. But the thing I want to know about is, you just talked about it. It's really impressive. How old are you, 21, 22?
21.
It's very impressive to see how much you want to contribute to what our country has accomplished and some more. You were talking about taking over from where the Honorable Louise Mushikiwabo has gotten the country.
Yeah.
Is it just you as a young lady, or is it you as a woman who wants to take the place of the woman in the country and further it?
Well, this is me as a leader, first of all, and a young woman who thinks she can do anything without, other people pushing her. But her following her passion and believing in herself that she can do anything she can do. Like, Louise Mushikiwabo is my role model in Rwanda. She's this strong woman that we all look at. We really believe in her because what she did is just incredible. We never knew that such kind of a woman can do what she's doing now. And I sat down and I just thought that I can do the same. Why not me doing the same and getting my country to be the best country in Africa and even in the world, the most peaceful country by representing it,
Now, I won't let you go without humming some notes, because you young lady have been able to sing with the likes of Betty White. How did you get to meet her, first of all?
Well, the credit goes to our Girls of Shalom Youth Village. They gave me an opportunity to go and perform on that
Was it here or in New York City?
In New York City.
Okay.
So there was this song we were supposed to sing with her, The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston.
Yes.
I love that song.
Not only you're singing, you're taking on classics.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, can you hum something from that?
Wow, that's...
Just give us a little bit.
Sure. My voice won't be that good, but I try.
Go ahead.
I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Love the children, laughter. Remind us how we used to be.
I love that. And you just said, you were talking in the song about, empowering young ladies. Is it important for you to talk to the young ladies? If they're watching you right now, what would you want to say to them? What would you want to say to the young ladies of this country?
My message to the young ladies, young women is, we are all women, but we are not women by that name, but we are women because we are strong, because we have that thing that not everybody have. We give birth, we give life, which means that we are really important and we can serve this world. So we don't have to waste all the gifts that God gave us, but we really have to sit down and think, what can I really do to change the country, to change myself, to change others? We have that chance, so we have to stand up and work out.
This has easily been my favorite interview, first of all. This
Really?
has been great.
Oh my God.
Peace, Grace, listen, great continuation, great luck wherever you're going to be going.
Thank you
That's
so
in
much.
Georgia, right? In Georgia?
Yeah, I'll be in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Agnes
okay.
Scott
All
College.
right. Well, listen,
Yeah.
great luck. I know you're
Thank
going
you
to do
so
great
much.
over there. Make us
Thank
proud,
you.
okay? And
Of
come back and
course.
tell us more about it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. We'll be right back after the break.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with Rwandair and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. Let's get to today's business stories. Fidelis Karangwa has the details.
Business stories making headlines today. The National Agricultural Export Board has started a countrywide sensitization campaign to promote quality along the tea value chain. Officials say they will train sector players in tea calibration to enhance knowledge and skills on tea growing, processing, packaging, and tasting procedures. This campaign is aimed at exchanging information on machinery used to process each type of tea, understanding tea tasting terminologies, and techniques used in processing different types of tea, which will help equip stakeholders with skills and knowledge to help boost tea quality in the country. Businesses have been advised to use the extension on a number of tax cuts and exemptions announced by the government last year to consolidate gains achieved this fiscal year and expand their operations. Finance Minister Ambassador Clavier Katete announced that the government would extend tax cuts and exemptions on a number of commodities and equipments to facilitate projects and businesses that drive economic growth during the 2015-2016 National Budget speech last week. Officials said the exemptions open a window of opportunity which investors should exploit fully to improve and expand their operations. And shortage of commercial and office spaces in the city of Kigali would soon be reduced following plans to construct a 10-story building at the site that was previously occupied by the Kigali Business Center. The project, worth 17 billion Rwandan francs, will create a minimum of 300 jobs during the construction phase and over 1,000 others once it is completed. Experts say projects like this could help boost the real estate sector's competitiveness and fast-track the rate of urbanization in the country while helping to meet the demand for office spaces. You're up to date today's business headlines. Post news coming up next in just a minute with Regis Sheja.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. Time now for sports. I'm Regis Sheja. With national chess, Alexis Ruzigura retained the Genocide Memorial Chess Tournament title after games played at IPRC Kigali in Kicukiro, an event that attracted a remarkable 46 participants, up from 32 at last year's edition. Ruzigura garnered 5.5 points from 6 games to finish ahead of Bentham Zimurinda and Elise Tuyizere, who finished second and third respectively. Meanwhile, Odile Carissa was the best female player after registering 4 wins, including one against the reigning national champion Marie-Faustine Chimra. To international football, Groups E and F will take center stage for the last time in today's FIFA Women's World Cup third round group, the matches with qualification spots for grabs. All 3 teams in Groups F can still qualify for the round of 16 with a win for any of France, England, Colombia or Mexico, enough to secure them qualification. Already qualified, Brazil will take on Costa Rica in Group E, hoping to do Spain or Korea Republic a favor with victory. Now, Espoir Basketball Club have continued to dominate the local basketball club scene, and over the weekend, they turned their attention to the International Genocide Memorial Tournament held in Kigali. Take a look.
Having lost to bitter rivals CSK in the local edition of the Genocide Memorial Tournament the weekend before, defending champions Espoir Basketball Club got back to winning ways with victory at the international edition of the tournament. After eliminating their rivals in the semi-finals, Espoir had their work cut out for a 73-49 win over PGB Goma of Democratic Republic of Congo in a repeat of last year's final.
Bon, c'est vraiment extraordinaire, c'est la première fois que je joue ce tournoi. Je suis venu aux États-Unis, je suis ici pour 10 mois et c'est mon dernier match ici au Rwanda et je remercie Espoir pour m'avoir laissé jouer avec eux, c'est une grande expérience pour moi.
Oui, disons, au plan de vue technique, on avait un problème avec le pivot. Nos pivots ils ne sont pas autant costauds comme les vôtres. On a un problème de pivot, on n'a pas su gérer les fautes. Ils nous ont beaucoup marqué à l'intérieur. Mais je crois que prochainement on va corriger. On a aussi encaissé beaucoup de shoots à 3 points. Disons, on a créé un écart qu'on n'a pas su couvrir. Ça nous a été vraiment dégueulasse, disons.
In the women's edition, there was no joy for any of Rwanda's representatives, as the final was a contest between Burundi's Bako Stars and the ladies' side of PGB Goma from the Democratic Republic of Congo. And just like last year, the Genocide International Memorial Tournament title made its way back to Burundi, with Bako Stars clinching a 66-50 victory over the team from Goma. Having now clinched 2 titles already this season, Espoir will now turn their attention to the National League playoffs before trying to lay claim to the African Zone 5 Championship. Arnold Kwizera, Rise and Shine, Rwanda.
And joining me in studio now is Richard Bishumba from the New Times. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, now this competition, first of all, it feels like teams are coming from abroad and they're taking what's ours. What do you feel about that?
Women's basketball in Rwanda, teams are not so good, if I may say, compared to, for example, the champions, Beko Stars.
Or PJ Goma.
Or PJ Goma, for instance. Because the Beko Stars, they have won 9 out of 10 seasons, their titles in Burundi. So they were ready, I may say, for the tournament. And they were even very eager to retain the title.
Right.
And they had some elements in the team.
But I think it's also organization, because over the weekend I was at Sacre Sportif and I got to see the ladies from PJ Goma playing against our ladies of APR. And when you're watching them, like the sneakers are the same, they're wearing the same, you know, like the apparel is the same. They're very serious about it, they're very businesslike about it. And it felt like, you know, with our APR ladies, they're wearing different sneakers, they don't necessarily have the same apparel. Is it something that has to do with the federation first and foremost?
I think federation is also part of it, but also in terms of fans-wise, there's the PGB Goma or Beko Stars, they have money compared to our sides.
So it's a means issue.
Yeah, means issue.
All right, now, Let's talk about the men's side. Espoir Basketball Club is making us very proud. Obviously, as we saw, they have players coming from the US and elsewhere. The domination coming from Espoir, has it always been that way? Can APR reclaim where they once were, CSK and other teams, or is this a foregone conclusion here?
Since 2012, Espoir has been together. No big changes in the team. They have been the same squad since it's been almost 4 years. So they are a solid team together. They know which position a player must be in, how can assist my player. They know each other.
Now, why don't we see the same team, the same thing when it comes to the national basketball team? Because as we saw, the player who's going back to the US, who came to play for this tournament, he will not be part of the national basketball team. He's not Rwandan. Now, we need Rwandan players to actually get better at what they do. What's missing?
What was missing is now being corrected. I think if you were at the stadium back in 2 weeks ago, there was the Zone 5 under-16.
Right.
We saw some under-16 boys which are very talented, dedicated. If they keep grooming them, coaching them day by day, following them at school, they get enough camps, they can be better.
Now the Senegalese that's going back, the Senegalese that's playing for Espoir, who's going back, what's going to happen once he leaves?
I think he's leaving a gap within the team, but I think they can cover up the gap because they have some player who is injured. It's been some time. Eric Age, if he gets back in a month time, I guess, he can cover up the gap.
And now, on the women's side, when you see the final taking place between a team from Burundi and a team from Goma in the DRC, it clearly shows that we still have issues there. What's the next step? I mean, for the coming tournaments and for preparations for those tournaments, what is it going to take for a women to compete on the same level as Espoir on the men's side?
I think the federation must be involved in the development of women's basketball. It goes deep into clubs. They see what challenges they have. They see how they can up the game in women's. And the national team of women's, they have not been going on international scene for zonal competitions, international competitions, any friendly international. So they must be involved so much. The federation must be involved.
Now, what are the next competitions coming up? Like in the zone 5, first of all, in our region, and then internationally. What can we look forward to?
On club level, there is Zone 5 in October. It's being hosted in Rwanda. So the champions, that's APR. No, it's Umakshari. Right. Won last season's title, so they are the ones playing. And if lucky, because we are the hosts, we may put in 2 teams and APR get lucky.
Now, Richard, you're a sport reporter. If you were to gauge the sports health, the basketball health, right now in Rwanda, men or women, what would you say, where are we right now? What can be done better?
What can be better? Sorry?
What can be done better to further the sport?
I think we need to closely work with all clubs.
Right.
We harmonize the programs, and because if you see clubs from out of Kigali, for example, Rusizi, Butare, there are some 2 clubs in Uwe, men and women. So we focus on sides from Kigali.
We should look elsewhere in the countryside and try to see what's being done there. Well, Richard, we appreciate you being on the show. Hopefully you'll be back very soon.
Sure.
All right. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay tuned. News coming up next.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. Let's take a look now at news making headlines here in Rwanda and around the world.
Members of the Rwanda Patriotic Front have shown support for President Paul Kagame seeking a third term in office. This comes after the ruling party issued a communiqué after a two-day recent retreat stating that the amendment of Article 101 of the Constitution is aligned with the current needs and priorities of the country, which include continued stability, social cohesion, and prosperity. More than 3 million petitions have been sent to Parliament from Rwandans across the country and in the diaspora, calling for a change in the law. Rwanda's constitution limits presidents to 2 7-year terms.
Police officers from the Eastern Africa Police Chiefs Corporation organization began a training exercise aimed at fighting transnational crimes. The command post exercise, codenamed Solidarity 2, brought together member states from Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, Comoros, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Somalia, South Sudan, Tanzania, and Uganda. Officials said the training would help test the ability of the officers to coordinate, communicate, as well as work together in the fight against terrorism, human and drug trafficking, among others, that are affecting the region. This is the second joint exercise under the auspice of Interpol.
The regional integration body has announced that cross-border workers between Rwanda, Kenya, and Uganda will be able to work without needing work permits. This comes after an agreement between the three states to abolish the permits. In a statement released by the Trademark East Africa, the movement of free labor is expected to help the countries recruit competent skills workers, which in the past was often sourced for international markets. Among all the countries in the East African community, only Rwanda had previously waived work permit fees on member citizens, only requiring them to renew the permits periodically but at no cost.
And in international news, an Egyptian court has upheld the death sentence imposed on ex-President Mohamed Morsi over mass jailbreaks. The sentence was initially passed last month, but was confirmed after consultation with Egypt's highest religious figure, the Grand Mufti Morsi. Morsi escaped from an Egyptian prison in 2011 and was accused of colluding with foreign militants in a plot to free Islamists during mass prison breaks. Death sentences of 5 other leading members of the Muslim Brotherhood were also confirmed. Lots more still to come. We take a look at what's hot right now in our daily debate section, and of course we have lifestyle. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with Rwanda and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda Lifestyle now. Makeda, what do you have for us?
I have a very, very, very cool story about a young artist who kind of just rose up against all odds and really made a name for himself.
It feels like the team today, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
From street kid to artist to entrepreneur and beyond, today's profile is about a man who came from humble beginnings and came out a pillar of society, opening his own art gallery and helping underprivileged families to survive. I went to visit owner of Neo Arts Gallery, Nyonsenga, to hear his story. Take a look. Established 3 years ago and located in the heart of Kachiru, the Neo Cultural Center and Art Gallery is much more than meets the eye.
The Neo Cultural Center is a local NGO which is dedicated to improving the lives of street children here in Kigali. I started this NGO 3 years ago, but we got established as a charity last year, and we are supporting 60 children from the streets. The Neo Cultural Center is not only for art or what, because we are supporting these children through our talents. What we have is what we are supporting them through. We are artists and we are also dancers, Rwandan traditional dance. So we teach them painting, we teach them dance so that they can also use these skills to perform in different places so that they can earn some money for paying their needs, education, and medical expenses and day-to-day living. So this is Neo Cultural Center.
This would be a noble cause for anyone, but Nyonsenga has a very personal reason for establishing this initiative.
I decided to do this NGO from when I was finishing my high school, because I was also a street child before. I lived on the street for 6 years, but I was lucky enough to have met someone from Canada called Bruno, who adopted me from the street and also took me to his house, and he supported my education and my life. He'll support also the life of my family. Then I said I got this really chance to have this kind of man, so I cannot pay him for what he did, so I decided to pay back by supporting the other children who are passing the same lifestyle that I passed through, and I feel like I want also to give them the opportunity to have what I had.
A mentor, yes. A social entrepreneur, of course. But at the heart of it all, Nyonsenga is of course an artist.
From when I was a little child, I liked drawing. Even when I was in primary, I was drawing. I was really good at making some sketches or something. And then I got really motivated. I wanted to increase my art skills from when I was really young. So I started painting when I was like very, very young. I don't remember the area or some, I've said like this year I will start painting. These things come slowly. I started painting with pencil, using school colors, and also Bruno was supporting me because he knows that I can get a talent from that. And then I continue like that until I get the point that I can also do painting as my profession.
Before parting, I had to ask him, as he had had his own experience as a struggling youngster, if he had any words to other kids who are going through the same as what he went through years ago.
Our objective or our goal is not to only support 60 children. We are supporting these 60 because they are the ones whom we are able to support. We, as our future plans are that also bringing more children to support. So I meet them many times, and what I tell them is like, to be a street child is not like a fault that someone caused at himself or herself. It's like something comes, and it's sometimes you get to in life you get to the point where you cannot change anything. You can live with like that. But I encourage them to don't only think about the miserable life that they're passing through. and also to think about what they can do themselves to move from what they are doing. So it is not easy that you can get help, or like you can get the same chance as they get to move the street. But together with God, everything possible. They can have dreams that also the life can change. And I'm supporting them the way I can. And I give them hope that as soon as I get the help for them, I can help them as well. So
A model project, to say the least. Makeda Mahadio, Rise and Shine Rwanda. And joining us in studio now is Niyonsenga Pacifique, the founder of Neo Cultural Center. And that includes the art gallery, right?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So happy to have you here.
Nice to have you.
So tell me, earlier, we met up, we were at the, or yesterday we were at the art center. I was looking around at all of the different pieces of art and the different things to sell, and there was a story behind a lot of the things in the gallery. So you said that you work with different artists, but you also work with the families of the children that you support. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit more about the actual center.
The cultural center is there for my initiative that I came with for supporting these street children and also the families where they are coming from. So at Neo Cultural Center, we have so many activities, not only art. We have also Rwandan traditional dance. We have also martial arts stuff. We have art stuff as well. So Neo Cultural Center covers some talents of youth and children as well. So.
And I saw in the shop that was there was also some crafts that you said some of the children's mothers were selling and things like that. How is it that you work with the families?
I came with the idea of working with the families because of the problem I was seeing with my children. I can say my children because
because you're supporting them.
Yeah, because I'm supporting them. Sometimes people are asking, "You have 60 children?" I'm like,
yes, a big family.
It's a very big family. So although at our center we are supporting their education and day-to-day living, but they still have problems of hunger at their families because they went to the street because of the problems facing at their houses, at their families. So to eliminate or to support these children better is also to eliminate the hunger problem and their families. So I came with the idea about how can I also support
parents.
The parents to be able to satisfy the kids. Because for me, I cannot give food to every child, every family that I'm supporting. But I came with the idea of creating a project for working with the mothers of the children to give them the ability of getting something like earning money for themselves to support their families. So recently I started on a project called Berwa Arts, which is going to be working with the mothers of the children. As you have seen, they have started also doing some stuff there. So Berwa Arts is one project at Neo Cultural Center which will help the mothers of the children to run some art activities like making crafts, making different objects out of clay and wood and
fabric. I saw some very nice bags that were there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna I give them that room to exhibit their artworks because I get clients also for the art, so they can also be interested in what the mothers are doing, like the craft and everything.
Souvenirs and things like that.
Yeah, and then they can get money from there. So the money from the crafts that the mothers made is not going to be directly to the parents. We are going to create something called like a fund, like for them, so that we make sure that each family there is going to get some amount of money each month.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so that they can also get to support them, their children as well.
So in the actual gallery, there was a lot of artwork that was hanging, and in a lot of different styles. Who are some of the artists that you display in the gallery?
Yeah, we at Neo Arts Gallery we have 7 artists, as I mentioned, and we have 3 artists from Uganda who are also here to support our programs at the NGO, and you have also 4 artists from Rwanda who are there. So the Neo Arts Gallery is not only a place for the children, also for Pacific. Only it is also a place for the other artists who want a place to show what they can do. And also not only Rwandans, also we are in East Africa. So Neo Cultural Center and Neo Arts Gallery as well, I can see it as like a
place for the whole community to okay.
Exactly, like that.
So we have to wrap up now. We're running out of time, but just before we go, I want to know, what are your plans for the future, for the next few years to come?
I have a lot of plans. I can say it is dreams or something, but sometimes I cannot. I say like I don't have dreams. I have objectives.
Of course.
I can learn. I can work for my objectives. But I have a lot to do because I just plan my activities out of like 5 years I've been doing this, 10 years I've been doing
Okay, so we just have to watch and wait and see what you're going to be up to.
Yeah, but actually our main objective of our NGO is to support these children who are in miserable life in Kigali. So we have so many programs which we are going to start as well, and we have I have like a plan to make a home of street children. I don't want only to support 60 children. No, I want to support
as many all of them.
I can. Oh. I want to be a father of many children.
You already have 60, so I think there's more to come. Well, thank you so much. We're going to be supporting your initiative as much as possible. You guys need to support as well, and I don't want you to go anywhere. Stay exactly where you are.
Now, don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what we're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine or W. Like us on Facebook and send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and the reposts we do daily. Find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine or W. We'd love to see your pictures. Or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website.
That's all the time we have for today, but we love to hear your feedback. So really, really, do let us know if you have any ideas for the program. We're looking out for you. You've been watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Makeda Mahario.
And me, Regis Sisheja, will be here same time, same place tomorrow, so do join us then. But for now, from the 2 of us and this beautiful lady over there, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.